Okay, so let's start our webinar. So, good morning. So I would like to welcome all the participants in this online conference related to scientific research in Africa, states and grants in collaboration with the African Academy of Sciences. The objective of this conference is to present, analyze and discuss the challenges, issues, and trends of scientific research in Africa. My name is Ahmed Maalel. I am Associate Professor at University of Sousse in Tunisia and Regional Representative for EURAXESS Africa. I would like to thank our speakers for today, Dr. Peggy Oti-Boateng, the Executive Director of African Academy of Sciences, Professor Ouajdi Korbaa, Head of Performance and Ranking Office at University of Sousse in Tunisia. So your questions must be submitted in Slido. I will share with you the link of Slido. The webinar will be recorded and it will be available in EURAXESS Africa website as well as slides. Now I will start the first presentation about EURAXESS Africa. And just I will share my screen. So everything is okay? You see my screen? Okay. So what about EURAXESS Africa? So EURAXESS Africa is an initiative of European Commission established with the aim to provide free access to information about research in Europe, opportunities for research funding, and international collaboration and transnational mobility. It links researchers in Africa to Europe. Furthermore, the network is open to all nationalities and research fields. So for 2021, there is preparatory activities for establishment of EURAXESS Africa Hub, but for this year, for 2022, we have the official launch of EURAXESS Africa Hub, and you see here the official website of European Commission related to EURAXESS, and the tab of EURAXESS worldwide. You see there is 9 hubs in the worldwide. There is ASEAN, Australia, New Zealand, Latin America, and Caribbean, China, India, Japan, Korea, North America, and also Africa. So please click on this button related to Africa, EURAXESS Africa website, and after that, you can sign up for free membership to be member of the network of EURAXESS Africa. So what can we do for you? First of all, promote EU research landscape, promote EU funding opportunities, promote EURAXESS network, invite speakers from the network, and connect researchers with research labs. And how can we work together? Let's share one other information. Invite us to present in your bilateral events. Forward us requests about EU funding to go to your countries, addressing EU scientific diasporas, and tell us how we can support you further. About EURAXESS portal in general. So for EURAXESS portal, there is plus than 2 million visitors per year. There is 1.2 million page views per month, and there is a free. And you can see here there is a plus than 90,000 research positions already published in 2021. So here I will present Horizon Europe. Horizon Europe is the research and innovation program of European Commission. It starts in 2021 and finish in 2027. And there is many opportunities in this program. So there is many pillars. There is pillar 1 related to excellent science. There is pillar 2 related to global challenges and European industrial competitiveness. There is health, culture, creativity, inclusive society, civil security for society, digital industry and space, climate, energy and mobility, food, bioeconomy, and many more. And there is also some mechanisms like in pillar 1, European Research Council, Marie Sklodowska actions, and also there is more than opportunity in Horizon Europe. As you see, for Africa initiative, in the first work program in between 21 to 22, there is immediate outcome of the first ever EU RNI ministerial in July 2020, aiming to strengthen the long-term cooperation in finding solutions to enhance global public health, socioeconomy, and many more. So you can see here the total budget. There is a plus then 350 million euro through 36 topics related only for Africa. And there is four main points related to public health, green transition, innovation and technology, and capacities for science. Now, for the new second work program for Horizon Europe, between 2023 to 2024, also there is a budget around 226 million euro already for Africa initiative. You can find more and read all work package and work program related to 23-24 in the portal of funding and tenders opportunities, and you can click on how to participate, and after that you can find all work programs, and you can click on in 2023-24, and after that you can just download the work program for each thematic, and you can see all opportunities and all already topics in this period. For researchers mobility programs in Horizon Europe, mainly there is two mechanisms. There is Marie Stolzowska actions, and there is MSCI doctoral networks, MSCI postdoctoral fellowships, MSCI staff exchange, and MSCI co-found. And for ERC, European Research Council grants, there is ERC starting grants, ERC consolidator grants, ERC advancing grants, ERC proof of concept grants, and ERC synergy grants. And there is a lot of opportunities. So the objective of our webinar today is to discuss and to present the potential of scientific research in Africa. I just here I present some opportunities given by European Commission, but I think we will have opportunities to organize and co-organize physical face-to-face events and online events in order to explain, support, assist all participants from Africa to have and to get the opportunities given by Horizon Europe and many more. So now, just for before I finish my presentation, there is some points. The first point is African researchers are eligible for MSCA and ERC as presented. But it is necessary to find EU member state or associate country as host or partner. In Africa, actually, we have Tunisia as associate country in Horizon Europe. So you should to increase your research visibility, articles, participation in conferences, and many more. Start with low-profile activities is not experiencing. Be proactive. There is a main point. Be proactive. Offer your expertise in portals. Join different associations to increase visibility, like African Academy of Science. There is a big academy in Africa. Try and don't give up, please. Try and don't give up. So thank you for your attention. Be informed, be proactive. Click in this button to be officially member of EURAXESS Africa. We are in LinkedIn, we are in Facebook, we are in Twitter, and our mail is africa@euraxess.net. So thank you for your attention. Now I will give the floor for our speaker from African Academy of Sciences, Dr. Peggy. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much for that, and thank you for the introduction. I'm sharing my screen now. Share. I hope. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. Oh, what happened? All right. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Okay. Thank you so much. I hope I wasn't showing it this way. Are you seeing the next one, or is it properly shown? Or
yes, just you need to start the all screen.
pardon?
There is okay. We can see the presentation.
Yeah, but I hope we don't see the next slide with the
Next
notes.
slide. No, we see the next slide. No.
Oh, okay. Let me just, sorry, let me just stop, and that's not okay. Let me share it properly.
Okay.
I don't know why it went to that level. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. Okay. Now let me go back. I don't know what happened. Share my screen and make sure I share it properly this time.
Okay.
Okay. Share. Okay. Can you see now? This is how I want it. And then, okay.
It's okay, but okay, you can click on, yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, it's still coming on. Anyway, thank you so much for this and the opportunity to make this presentation. I will be very quick. We're given what are the research, scientific researches in Africa, the status and strength. So I start with the the vision of the AU. Maybe many of you may not be able to, would not know it, but the AAS, it is African Academy of Sciences. It's a Pan-African organization. And our vision is we want to transform lives in Africa through science, not only natural sciences, but also the human science. We have 3 mandates, which really aligns with the EU, that we want to recognize excellence through AAS, highly prestigious fellowship and award. So we have AAS fellows, which is a very stringent way of election and acknowledgement. The second one is that we are a think tank, the function which, help to shape,
just excuse me, but we cannot see the next slides, just the first one, actually.
You cannot see this one?
Yeah, just the first one.
Oh, sorry.
You are on PowerPoint mode, not in presentation mode. So
I'm not in presentation mode?
No.
Oh, something has gone wrong here, because I had that, before.
If you can stop the sharing, and after that restart the sharing, and you can just move from slide to another one, and that is okay.
Okay, can you see the slide now?
Yes, it's okay, but you can move. No problem. Yeah.
Okay, you can see my second slide, vision and mission.
Just you move. If you move to second one.
You can see the third one.
Actually, no, there is the first one.
Let me just stop. I don't know what happened because then I
No
won't
worry,
be
no
able
worry. No worry.
I don't know what is happened. So let me just stop it completely, and then I will I'll share the slide again. Or if okay, share slide. Okay. Sorry about that, because I had it all worked out. Apology for that. Okay, let me just pick the slide and then, okay. All right, okay. Can you see the slide now? Let me just share, and maybe that may help better. Okay, can you see the slide?
We wait just for some seconds.
Yes. Can you see one? The second one?
The first one, yeah. Yeah.
You can see the second one now.
Yeah, yes.
And is it in presentation mode, slide mode?
It's okay, it's okay.
It's okay, all right.
It's okay, yeah. So you can
I don't know why it goes to that. All right, okay. Let me just stay in this mode. Maybe this will be better because I don't know what happened to the slideshow. It's coming with it. All right, okay. So just to go, apology that you'll be seeing the next slide, but it's okay. And I'm saying we have 3 mandates. One, recognition of excellence, where we offer fellowships, and also not only to the fellows, but we also have, other for mid-career developers. The second one is also we serve as a think tank, in Africa science. And the third is that we have programs which we offer in addressing Africa's developmental challenges. For example, in various areas that the EU, has also indicated. But I'm going to talk about, EURAXESS, one of the successful, program we have with the EU program we have called the African Research Initiative for Scientific Excellence, called the EURAXESS program. It is a 27 million, program, which is now in its pilot state, built on other, other programs. And, what do we do in this? The background is that it's a 7-year program funded by EU. We implement it in collaboration with other universities and institutions and individuals. And we have a strategic guidance from European Union and the African Union. And what this program seeks to do is to boost and unlock Africa's potential for innovation, by supporting next generation scientific leaders. Our guiding principle is that we want to broaden, the African arena, because often there is no funding for young people. We want to create a platform for young people to contribute to knowledge-based and innovation-led, for continental, transformation of the continent. We have 3 specific objectives. One is to enhance capacity and capabilities of African leaders who are committed to research. And in this case, most of them are in universities, but also in research institutions. We want to also strengthen institutional capacity and management, because once you do this, you're also giving funding to individuals, but also to universities to enhance their research capacities and capabilities. And the third is that we want to also support cutting edge research. For example, we had, research, where, some researchers are trying to update or upgrade, traditional knowledge systems, leading to, innovation and also establishment of not only small businesses, but infrastructures which will help in Africa. The program aligns with just what Ahmed has said, aligns with the EU high-level political dialogue on science, technology, and innovation. That is public health, green transition, innovation and technology, and capacities in science. These are some of the results. We've offered now 45 African early researchers from 38 countries. And they are doing various researches in life sciences, natural sciences, material and social sciences. We're also supporting the institutions. And currently we support 38 African research institutions, in these 38 countries. So it's a big spread, from east, west, north, south. And each, of the project, and this is one of the first, ever, quantum of funding, each of the applicants is given $500,000 for 60 months. That means for 5 months research. And we believe in this because it gives us a long-term, research funding to enhance capacity and capability, but also for impact. We also have a very strong gender component, and 38% of the researchers, are female. Some of the results, again, which we have with that, we found out that a lot of the, young researchers don't have mentors. So we also create the opportunity to mentor. From the fellows we have, they mentor them, but in return, they are also supposed to mentor others, and at least a minimum, at least producing 2 PhDs and 4 MScs. And also lack of funding, giving them the opportunity to also access other funding. not only from A, but also from other, funding opportunities. We also realized that most of the African scientists have limited writing skills. So we provide them training in writing, also provide them the platform, in the area of open science to also, not only write, but also exhibit their work. We also found that there's a low demand for research by policymakers. Again, we try to connect them, expose them to industry, because a lot of the research that we have this thing about it from laboratory to market, which, we try as much as possible to train, recipients to do. Well, we can't do this without also aligning to not only the Africa we want agenda, but also to the SDG. So you can see this current, research programs that they have, SDG 1, 17, 5, and, and all that. And these are very critical, particularly in Africa's transformation. Just a highlight, of which is that we just had a meeting in South Africa, and we gave, the platform for these young people to showcase their work, attended, by other researchers, young and also mid-career, as well as international scientific community. For example, we had a Kiveli, and that's for all of them. They presented their work, highlights of their work at the 14th General Assembly of the AAS, but on the margin of the World Science Forum, which many of them wouldn't have had the opportunity to attend. They also had an opportunity to listen to seasoned, fellows of the academy, but also researchers, seasoned researchers globally. For example, Professor Abdu giving, a lecture, and so were, many other lectures. But also happened that we're also given the opportunity to present this work at the World Science Forum closing ceremony. So high visibility, as Ahmed said, we also need to raise the visibility of the work that we do. And that's exactly what we did. I have a video here, but I'm sure we don't have time. So I'd like to take the opportunity to say, look, please connect with us, go online. There's so much that we can offer. And from here, hopefully we'll be able to forge partnership and further collaboration with most of you online. So thank you very much, Ahmed.
Yeah, thank you very
sharing.
much for this nice presentation. And as you see, African Academy of Sciences is a main organization in Africa, and I think there is a lot of opportunities to have and to do with the African Academy of Sciences. So now we give the floor to Professor Ouajdi Korbaa from University of Sousse. So Professor Ouajdi, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you very much. Do you see my presentation?
Yes, but it's not in the high screen
presentation mode. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just share this with you.
Yeah.
This is all right. Is it okay?
We wait. It's okay. Yeah. No, it's okay. Please.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for inviting me for making this presentation and mainly this exercise. I spent a lot of time, but it was really pleasant to harvest such amount of data. I hope it won't be boring. There will be a lot of data here, and I will try to analyze time to time the data I will show you, and perhaps we will have opportunities to share again our opinions in other conferences. My name is Ouajdi Korbaa. I'm professor from Tunisia, University of Sousse, head of performance and ranking office in the university, and scientific advisor for Horizon Europe program representing Tunisia in Cluster 4, Digital, Industry, and Space. So before starting, I would like to, is it okay? Okay. Just to say 2 points, just to be clear with my presentation. The first one is the objective of this presentation is to have an overview which cannot be exhaustive. Our continent is huge, so I won't be able to give information about all the countries, so apologies to the countries I won't cite. The second one is that I will try also to analyze and show different points of view, just to let you know more about the different phases of research in Africa. And my aim is not at all, no way to compare countries or university. It's to show trends and a part of the reality, not all. My source of data was Scopus and Cyval. Maybe if you are familiar with other data sources, you may find several differences with my numbers. So why do we need to evaluate research? First of all, to have the dashboards, because we have more and more numbers, indicators, and it becomes to be quite impossible to manage in totality. So we have to give dashboards for top management to allow them, to help them to decide their future decision or act. Also to show strengths, specificities, weaknesses for each country, for each university, for each researcher or lab, identify excellency, that's important, and also to prepare the future, to make our actual current decisions fitting the trends and the future of the research in our region, country, and so on. The problem is that it is very difficult to evaluate research, because you always ask yourself, do you evaluate the quantity, quality? How to evaluate quality? It's very, very different. It's very difficult. And also it's a trend of our society. Today, we don't say that a book is good because we read it. We say a book is good because it has thousands of person who liked it, who followed the writer, and so on. So we are quantifying more and more things. We are looking more to quantities, numbers, than quality. So today in research, we use rankings, impact factor, quartiles, H&X, and we are used to say that numbers never lie. Indeed, they never lie, but numbers tell different stories. That depends on your point of view. And I would like to show you 2 examples just to let you know what dangers are numbers. The first one, let me show you a list of 5 researchers ranked dependent on their publications in top journals, Q1 journals. If you look to the first and the fourth researchers, you will see that they have almost the same number of papers, but the first one has 100% of his papers in Q1 journals, the fourth 90%. So you will obviously say that the first researcher is better than the fourth. But if you have a look to another number, which is citation, you will see that this researcher is really more cited, has more impact than this one. So if I ask you again, who is better researcher, maybe you will change your idea. So we use numbers, but we have to use different points of view just to evaluate. The second example is the Nobel Prize 2014 in physics, whose research was published in a Q3 journal. We always say that Q1 are top journals. So what about this research? Is it bad? I don't think so. So just as a disclaimer, please don't use only numbers to evaluate quality of research, of teaching, education, and so on. So to evaluate research, we need at first a strategy, goals. And then these goals will be translated as indicators. And we need to combine indicators to have a multi-objective evaluation. This is important, just to have a more objective evaluation. These indicators must be internal, that shows you your achievements according to your goals, but also you must have external indicators. That's for your branding, for visibility, for international collaboration, and so on. So you need to combine these indicators to have one dashboard to be able to decide really. What I used to for my work is that I used a multi-layer evaluation with a round-trip traveling from micro evaluation to macro, micro evaluation, countries, universities, again, countries, and so on. So it's important to have information to allow you to look deeper for something you are looking for exactly. I use this. I won't be able to present the two last points because I only have 30 minutes, but I will be happy to share with you my conclusions later. So, as first indicator, I tried to compare Africa with similar regions. I choose South America, sorry, and Southeast Asia. It's unfair to compare Africa to Europe or to Asia Pacific or North America. But if we compare to quite similar areas, we can say that we have a very good dynamic. We are getting closer to researchers in these areas. And for next year, you can see here the years for next year, which is not already ended, because Scopus and Clarivate and their data collection in March. So we still have 3 months of data collection. We are getting right now better than these two areas. So as you see, we have a very good dynamic in research compared to similar areas. And this is a first positive point. So this dynamic of all protection of publications can be compared to just journals, because we are used to say that journals are better validation of research. We have exactly the same evolution, and more important, we have around 90% of our publication are from journals, which is something very good. And from these journals, we have a very good rate of Q1 and Q2 journals. We have more than 60% of papers. It's here. 67% of our journals are from Q1 and Q2. So 90% of our publication in Scopus are journal papers for all Africa. I mean, we'll see later if it changes from countries. What about topics? In Scopus or even in Clarivate, we have 27 domains. You can see here that we have 4 domains which are more than half of the production of Africa in research: medicine, engineering, agriculture, and biological sciences, and computer science. Note that the sum of the numbers exceeds 100 because there are several papers who belong to 2 topics. For example, one paper can belong to computer science and engineering. So that's why the sum is more than 100. So as first summary of this global review, we saw that we have a good progress, excellent ratio of journal papers, 91%, which exceeds the rate of Europe and Southern Asia. That's very, very good. 4 topics are dominating the research in Africa: medicine, engineering, agriculture, and biological sciences, and computer science, sorry. So if you go deeper a little bit, we know that we can evaluate also research via the rankings, world universities rankings. The problem is these rankings are quantitative assessment also, but they also are multidisciplinary. They take into account research, education, and so on. So it's another point of view. It's not only research. And we also have 42 rankings at least. So it's important to choose your ad hoc ranking. And I have chosen for you the 3 main rankings. If you want to know more about IREG and the rankings, you can just scan this QR code and you will have more details about that. So the first ranking is Shanghai, of course, the toughest one, the most selective one, which ranks only 1,000 universities in the world. Note that we have more than 13,000 universities in the world, and more than 1,200 in Africa. So in this very selective ranking, we only have 18 ranked universities. 9 from South Africa, 7 from Egypt, and just 1 from Nigeria and Ethiopia. The top 3 universities in this ranking are Cape Town from South Africa, University of Cairo, Egypt, and University of Witwatersrand from Johannesburg, South Africa. So only less than 2% of our universities in Africa are ranked. That's very difficult for us. It's a very hard ranking. QS ranking ranks 1,400 and 32 universities from Africa, again, Egypt and South Africa as top countries, but we can also find Tunisia, Sudan, Ghana, Kenya, Morocco, and Uganda. This is better for us. It's more accessible ranking. And we have Cape Town, #1, again, University of Johannesburg, and the American University in Cairo as top 3 universities in this country, in this ranking. The last one is Times Higher Education, which ranks 2,325 universities, and here 95 universities from Africa, with a great effort from Egypt and South Africa again. Algeria and Nigeria, who are ranking half of their universities almost in this ranking. Very good performance of Morocco and Tunisia, who are ranking 2/3 of their universities in this international ranking. And we can also find Ethiopia, Tanzania, Botswana, Kenya, Mauritius, Mozambique, Namibia, and Uganda. And the top 3 universities are here: Cape Town, Witwatersrand, and University Stellenbosch University. So through this evaluation by ranking, we can say that the top university in Africa is Cape Town, because it's first in the 3 major rankings, but we have also Witwatersrand also ranked in 2. We have 17 countries represented, but the problem of this ranking that they are quite selective, and you need to have a minimal number of scientific production to be ranked. So it's not easy to be there. That's why I tried to show the production of the more than 50 countries in Africa. You have all the countries here, but the problem is it's quite unreadable. I mean, more than 50 countries, it's difficult to find yours. So I will limit to the 9 first countries to be able to analyze and give more details. And here are the 9 countries producing the biggest number of productions. The first thing that we can say that all the countries are facing a real increase of their production, but 3 countries have a very big rate of growth, which are Egypt, here Nigeria, and here Ethiopia. Their curve are increasing more than the others, and they're getting more and more production in numbers. The problem is that it's not a problem. If we compare to journals production, only journals, we find exactly the same curve, which means that the number is increasing in journals as well as in the global. So this is very important because journals are more visible and have better citation in the world. But this kind of chart may be unfair for several countries because these countries don't have the same shape, the same size, the same population. So if we change our vision and give the production compared to population, we can find really different curves. So for the 6 first countries in Africa, the number of papers divided by the number of population is also an increasing function. This means also that our production is growing more than our population. This is very good. But this also shows that our can have small countries producing very big research in number compared to their population. So, as I said, this is quantitative. These are just numbers. What about the quality of this research? The first indicator of quality is the percentage of your papers in the top journals. This chart shows the percentage of local production in the top 5% journals in the world, which is a very, very, very good indicator. And here we can find some differences in the ranking. You can see that Kenya is making something tremendous. I mean, 16% of its journals papers, are in the top 5% journals in the world, which is something really excellent. The other countries are less, but we are still in all these countries more than 5% of production in top 5% journals, and it's still a very good performance, even if it's different from a group to another. The second qualitative indicator is the international collaboration. And here, this chart represents the percentage of papers of each country having other nationalities as co-authors. And we still have here with Kenya something unusual. More than 75% of papers are co-authored with foreign other countries, which is largely superior than the world average. They are all more than 40% of collaboration. So this also shows the dynamic of the country as regards to the collaboration with other countries. The most biggest part of this collaboration is with European countries, but we can find really very different collaboration. Asia, America, Africa also, it's less. This is the only perhaps negative point I found, is that the part of African collaboration in this part is still very few compared to other areas. Third, qualitative indicator is the collaboration with industry. So here the percentages are very low, but you have just to know that the international level is around 1.2, 1.3. So even the countries who are here are not far from this average of the world, but we still have champions of collaboration: Kenya, South Africa, and Ghana, who are exceeding 1.7% of papers realized with industry, made with industry. Very important indicator of quality is fundings, research fundings. So according to Scopus, we can see here the amount of awards each year with the international funding organizations. So almost all the countries are very close. Only South Africa is really making something very, very different. And as we are with the EURAXESS, I tried to show from this what is the part of European funding. So if I look to only the European funding, which includes H2020 and FP7, we still find exactly the same curves, the same evolution. It's not an increasing or decreasing function. It depends on years, on projects, and so on. But we still have one country who is very different from others, which is South Africa, and the other countries are very, very similar here. But I asked myself if the 9 first countries in production are the best countries in European funding. Actually, no, because if I look to the top 13 countries, we can see that other countries are entering into this ranking. We have Tanzania here, Senegal, Sierra Leone. You can see here something. I'm not specialist of European funding. Dr. Ahmed can say more than me about that, but we have several data which are quite interesting and encouraging. I don't know, I still have time, Ahmed?
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to get fast to show everything, but I'm afraid that there is a lot of data at the same time. Someone asked about the slides. I will send the slides to Dr. Ahmed to share the slides with great pleasure with the participants. So as I said, that for European funding, we can find that almost all these countries are quite similar in amount of European funding. Only South Africa is out of this this group, this cluster. The last qualitative indicator is the citation impact. So let's just explain what does it mean, the field-weighted citation impact. 1 means that you are in the average of the world. Your number of citation of your papers is exactly in the average of the world, and all these 9 countries are making better than the average of the world. We have something very special these 3 last years, that our top 9 countries are getting very close in performances, but these performances are very good, because when you see that you have 1.2, that means that you are receiving 20% citation more than the average of the world. And I can tell you that in 2022, Africa will have the best average in the world, better than Europe, than America, than Asia, in the field-weighted citation impact, which is something I discovered yesterday, and something to be really proud of our research in Africa. So I'm speechless. I'm speechless regarding this indicator being better than Europe, North America, and Asia Pacific in citation in the world in 2022. It's not finished yet. Perhaps in the minute 90 there will be a different result, but right now it's something very, very great. So I tried with these 9 countries to extract the top 5 domains for each country. So you can find here the 9 countries with alphabetical order, and here the best, the biggest number of papers, domain 1, domain 2, 3, 4, and 5. So really it's an unreadable table. So I tried to change the way to see it. And if you look at it like this, it's easier. You can say that the 3 countries on the left are very, very, very similar. Here, you see colors. Each color represents a domain. Huh? It's easier to identify domains. The 4 countries here are very similar. Very, very similar. You can say Ethiopia and Kenya. It's almost the same numbers, even, not only the domains. So I think I cannot really, as a scientific, I cannot really say it with 100% confidence that our researchers are following our similarities of geography, of culture, of people, and so on. Because here you have the 3 countries of North Africa. Here you can find very close countries. The only differences are with Egypt and South Africa. Egypt is in North Africa, but it's an Anglophone country, so it has several differences with Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria. And South Africa is quite different also in its decision. But when you see these 2 columns, Ethiopia, Kenya, and these 2, Tunisia and Morocco, same domains, even same numbers, same percentages. So perhaps we need to have more analysis of the 50, more than 50 countries to say if it's really true or not. But it's quite amazing for me to find out that. As a summary for this point, for this qualitative analysis, we saw that we have different viewpoints, and as I said in the first, numbers can tell different stories. So depending on what you see, citation, awards, journals, and so on, you can say that you have more or less better performances, and that's why I insist again to combine indicators, not only look to one because you are better in that one. The quality is really interesting, despite of everything. The dynamics also are, the curves are increasing in very good way. We saw that we have several emerging countries which have less publication in number, but very good performances, and perhaps to be confirmed regional similarities in results, in topics, and so on. So trends. Let's talk about next year, 2022. As I said, we have still 3 months of data collection. Of course, it's normal that you can have less papers right now, but it can also increase. But let me just show you 3 countries who already have more papers than 2021, with 3 more months to data collection, which are Egypt, here, Ethiopia, and Ghana. These 3 countries already have a bigger number of publication right now than 2021. So they are still on a very big dynamics, as I showed you in first. So as I showed you, we have several topics which are very dominant: medicine, engineering, social sciences, and agricultural and biological sciences. I tried to see for at least 1 or 2 of these domains what are the trends in medicine. Right now we are doing as well as South America, so our trends are really good. Perhaps we will join them at the end to become top, the first one in this chart. Also, sorry, no, this is not medicine, this is engineering. Sorry, there is a small mistake. Also in engineering, we are doing right now better than in 2021 and still counting. So the trend is very good. Look, that it's normal that for other areas the number is still less than last year. It's still counting. So I hope it wasn't hard to follow, because a lot of data, a lot of charts, but I want to insist on several points. The first one, that I still have 2 layers and I don't have time to talk about these layers, is to analyze domain by domain, but also university by university, the top universities and the top researchers. We have nowadays the ranking of the top 2% researchers in the world based on their H-index. We have a lot of African researchers. It's kind of honor, a pleasure to see that we have a lot of colleagues from Africa competing in such ranking. We saw that we have very variable performances, but interesting in overall. We can be more or less good in one indicator or 2, but in general, it's very good. We have emerging countries with small shapes, small production, but good quality. Areas of excellency, when you see that you have 6 countries out of 9 who are first in medicine as topic, it's something which must lead us to conclude that this area is very important for these countries. But as we are with the African Academy of Sciences, I want to throw a stone in the lake, like we say. Why don't we have an African ranking of universities? I mean, we are running with very tough rankings. Rankings are not shaped for us. If we talk about Shanghai, 50% of the score is about having a Nobel Prize in your alumni or professors. I mean, that's not fair. So the Arab League of Universities, which has 2,000 universities, will launch its own ranking in January. Ranking shaped to Arab universities. So it will be, they will be able to compete with similar universities in shape, in finances, in numbers, in culture, and whatever. I mean, and I think that it's time for us to have our regional ranking. First of all, to take into account our specificities, cultural, regional, whatever, but also to be ranked with universities who are similar than us. I always explain to my colleagues that being 1,000 in ranking Times Higher Education, for example, is very good, because when you are 1,000 out of 13,000 universities, it's very good. But 1,000 is unfair when you compare me to MIT or Cambridge or Oxford or whatever. So let's compare universities and also push them to run for a ranking where they will be evaluated on their real performances, not on expected performances in Europe or North America. I won't be longer. Sorry if some parts were boring. Here is my contact point. You just scan the QR code, and I will be happy to answer your emails or continue discussing about this topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear Professor Ouajdi, for this great presentation. I think it was very clear, excellent data that can make us very optimistic and very proud of the future of Africa. So that the webinar is recorded and it'll be available in EURAXESS Africa website, as well as the slides. So I will share with you, with all participants, the slides of this webinar. So we have received many questions. If you have more questions, please use the Slido link already shared with you. So first of all, we can give the possibility for some live questions. So we can allow some participant to give us the live questions. So we have many participants. So we can start with, for example, with Moses. Okay, sorry if for the name. So wait for. Please.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. I hope you can be heard. My name is Moses Wang Koko Ebil. I'm an assistant lecturer at Makerere University in Uganda, and I've been following through the slides and through the presentations. Thank you so much. I work within the School of Education, where we are training future teachers of Uganda. And of course, we also carry out research and have our publications. My question is specifically about when it comes to the domains related to education or the fields of education, have you been able to categorize them under social sciences, or can we look at them as an independent, look at it as an independent field? Because I don't seem to see any kind of research related to education, and yet education is broad. It covers both the sciences and the arts as well. And we also have the social sciences that are also in their own field. Thank you so much.
Professor? Professor Ouajdi, if you can reply.
Yes, I did not limit my search to a field or another. If you can say, I just had a look to research, not in the education part. But if you have a look to where is it? So where is it? Here. You can see that we have social sciences as a major topic of research in these 5 countries. So of course you need to go deep to analyze that. But the biggest problem with social sciences is that there are very few journals indexed in Scopus and Clarivate. We have a very big problem with highlighting our research in social sciences. It's the same thing in Tunisia. I see my colleagues having a lot of very good work, but really not visible in our topics because they're targeted journals or books or conferences are not indexed in Scopus, and this has to be changed. I mean, we need at first more and more regional journals, African journals, Arab journals, Mediterranean journals, whatever, and they need to be indexed in Scopus to be visible. I don't know if it's answers to your work.
Very well. Thank you so much, Professor.
There's one other point I did not mention because I'm not able to count it, is the scientific production compared to the investment of research in the country. This may change because after all, our colleagues in Africa are making a huge effort to publish, sometimes with very small budget. So big up to them. They're producing very well. They are making concurrency to other areas with very few fundings. Thank you very much.
Good. Thank you, dear Professor. So we have another question from Tisfaye. So Tisfaye, please go ahead. You can open your mic, please. You hear us, Tisfaye? So we can see Jeremy. I need just to allow the mic. Okay, please, Jeremy.
Hello, thank you.
Hello.
First of all, I want to greet Dr. Maalel, Dr. Oti-Boateng, and Professor Korbaa for this rich showing. And my question is that how can I do to participate of the program of African Academic of Science?
Okay, question is for you, Dr. Peggy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. There are three levels. Either you're a fellow, which is more for those who have several years, but we also have affiliates, because what we have realized is that we need to have young scientists, and that's the mid-career. And that again is highly competitive. So you go online. What you require is your publications, as my colleague has said, the quality of the publications. But what we also require, which maybe a lot of the ranking don't provide, is your impact. What impact has your research made in transforming lives in Africa or even elsewhere? Because even these rankings don't really come out with what impact you have made. It could be a small publication, but you may have made a great impact. So these are the areas that we look at. And then we have the final one, which is honorary, which are those who have really contributed. For example, Kofi Annan or Nana Panda or some of the presidents, we give them that honor. Then we also have programs, you know, like the EURAXESS program. Again, that is competitive. The same criteria. You give us your research proposal. It is analyzed by fellows. And then, and again, this EURAXESS is a collaboration with the AU and EU. So we have, you know, an advisory committee. We have an assessment board. They assess it. And then, you know, we give you that the funding. But there are different types of funding, you know, as well. But one of the biggest we have now ongoing is the EURAXESS, which is the
please.
Yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. So we have another question from Amos, please.
Thank you very much. My name is Oti-Boateng. I am a PhD student at Czech University of Life Sciences. And I actually saw the presentation of Professor Ouajdi. It's very insightful. And thank you very much. One, I want to find out about whether you intend to publish these findings, apart from we having the recorded version in the website. Are you planning to publish it generally so that people can access and not actually also follow the trend? It can be more informative. Secondly, regarding publishing in African journals, my little checks show that African journals, most of them have very low impact factor, one, and then probably the quartiles are maybe the fourth or maximum the third. And usually upcoming researchers would want to also be visible. So they tend to consider a high impact factor journal and higher quartile journals so that their visibility will be clear, they will be cited, they will get to the level that will probably help them to become members of AAS, you know. So my question is, what is the motivation? What are we doing? I agree that it's about time we generate African journals and then motivate African researchers to publish there. You cannot compare starting a journal, let's say a West African Journal of Medicine, whatever, to something like pathogen MDPI, which has been there for a longer time, you know. So what are we doing to motivate the upcoming Africans to consider this journal so that we will also be visible? And when it comes to ranking, like you said, we should have for Africa as well, we will be able to compete with the world. I think both Dr. Peggy, Oti-Boateng, and the other speaker can help with this question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for you. Professor,
Who starts?
Professor? Yes, please.
Okay. Look, very, very interesting question. I really thank you for that. Let me tell you several points. The first one, I insisted at the beginning about numbers and quartiles. Really, we are giving a lot of importance to quartiles. And this is our first mistake. Promoting African journals depends on us. I mean, if we target African journals before others, they will be top journals. I mean, we are a very, very big number of researchers. My biggest problem with a lot of young researchers and PhD doctors is that they never cite colleagues from the same university for the same floor time to time, and they cite researchers from
Outside.
10,000 kilometers, and this is a big problem. This is the first point. The second point is our juries, our ministries are using quartiles and big impact factors for as a way to evaluate researchers, for promoting researchers or professors, and this is a mistake. We need to say, I mean, if I drive a Lamborghini and you drive a Lada, that doesn't mean that I am a better driver than you. That just means that I have a better car than you. So if I write in Q1 journal and you write in Q4 journal, that means that I wrote in a good journal. That doesn't mean that my paper is better than yours. Please never forget that. So, and after all, we need all researchers and management officials to change the way to evaluate research and to give less importance to quartiles and impact factors. I hope I emptied my bag, because
yeah, but for example, an aspect is that, for example, in my university, I'm studying in not an African university, and PhD students are encouraged to publish. And what is the condition? If you publish in a Q1 journal, you are given some amount of money. When you do in Q2, you are given some amount of money. But when you do in Q3 and Q4, you have nothing. So I mean, for my immediate gratification or benefit, also the university gets some money, right? So for my immediate gratification, I am thinking of going that way, you know. So it's a bit.
You're right, but you have to choose between quality and money.
Anyway, yeah, I would like to come in here. You know, thank you very much for that question. You know, it's been you know, now I put on a hat, having been in UNESCO as a director of science and technology for years, and I'm sharing my experience. Yes, we look for, you know, impact factors and all that you're talking about. But as Africans, have we made the impact? What impact have you made in transforming lives on the African continent? And for example, you know, I run, you know, L'Oreal Fellowships Award. Yes, we look at your publications, but we're looking at how your publications has transformed life. So the paradigm is changing. And I bring in the issue about open science. And this is why we are pursuing the issue of open science, which I led for many years. And we have also, it's a shame I didn't show the video, but this is exactly what you're saying. Why should you be making money for, you know, journals like Nature or journals like Elsevier, and you are not, you know, supporting your African journal, which is accessible to people to use your data to leapfrog and do further research? I saw with interest, you saw South Africa. You know, South Africa, when it comes to national, they have a lot of information. And I'm telling you, on the continent, Africa, on the continent of Africa, when you talk about science transforming lives and doing exactly what they want to do in Africa, it's South Africa. But when you look at what they were saying and the quality of the journals, you know, so we have to be very cautious. And I know, yes, universities, you know, are in that. But this is what we are calling about the futures of education. What kind of education do we want to have? What kind of education, what kind of transformation do we want to have? So this again is a discussion, and I agree with you. You're throwing that maybe, you know, the African Academy of Sciences should develop, you know, a journal itself and be ranked, you know, very high, because we have, yes, because we have all of the professors, we have the cream of Africa. And in fact, if I show you the video of the cream of African scientists, not only fellows, but even the affiliate, the young people, the kind of, you know, the research that they're doing. I mean, we are of age. And again, Mr. Boateng, what you also don't realize is that these international organizations use your data, and they're keeping your data, which you don't have access to. For example, in medicine, they use your data. They have the repository of your data, which Africa doesn't have. Shall we continue doing that? Well, I'm sorry, but I'm worried from the global now to Africa. And so I'm passionate about it. We need to change the narrative. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
for
very
you.
much.
Thank you for this nice question and also this nice exchange between us. Just we finished by two questions. Abdulrahman, please open your mic if you have question to Abdulrahman. So we move to Bright.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, please.
My name is Abdurrahman. I want to thank you for that wonderful presentation. I have a few questions for Dr. Peggy regarding the African Academy of Science. I'm a fresh graduate and I'm currently doing my internship at the Federal Medical Center in Nigeria here. So I am very passionate about research, and as a young graduate that looks forward to mentorship, I don't know if there is such a provision for us with the African Academy of Science. Although I have few publications with my local journal, the one from my university, and also from Asian Journal.
Abdulrahman, please, Abdulrahman, there is a problem with sound. We cannot. Yeah. If you can just if you can text your question in the Q&A. So just because there is a problem of sound.
Oh no, can you hear me better now?
Okay, please give us. You can send us your question by email if you want, or here in Zoom or
Can
inside.
you hear me better now?
No, it's okay. Yeah, please. Please.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes,
Yeah, we can.
Oh, so beautiful. So my name is Abdurrahman, and I'm a young graduate from Nigeria. Although I have some few publications with my university, and I'm currently doing internship with Federal Medical Science. I studied medical laboratory science in school, and I am very, very passionate about research. So I don't know, my question is directed to Dr. Peggy, and I would like to ask if there is opportunity for young, fresh graduates like myself who are very passionate about research, and if there is a way that they can be mentored in line with academic research to contribute to science. Also, we used to have problem with publication. Most times when we just leave school like that, we fall majorly into all these predatory journals in which when you want to publish articles, they ask you very, very high amounts of money for peer review publication. And I don't know if, I want to believe that if we have a mentor that can be guiding us through the process, maybe it would be easy for us. And I want to ask if there is a way that the African Academy of Science can provide such an opportunity for young graduates like myself. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for that question. Yes, we have opportunities for you because we have fellows, to actually, hold the hand of young people. So if I know which university you are, I could direct you to whether or not you have some fellows, in there. But if you go online, you'll also find that we have vice presidents in the various regions. And I think one of the vice presidents was from Nigeria. Unfortunately, he passed on during the year. But there are other, fellows from, West Africa, where you are, or you can have it in anywhere, of the world. Write to the fellows and say this is what you are interested in. But we also run programs from young graduates, and go online and make sure that you are part of that program. But I hear you. I know it's a big, it's an area which is budding, and we must do that. Thank you.
You are muted, so we cannot hear you. Dr. Something.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Just the last question, please, OL, if you can open your mic.
Okay. Okay. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Awal Yunus Hassan. I am an MSc student of cybersecurity with National Open University of Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. So the question I would like to ask Dr. Peggy is, here in Nigeria, we normally have a lot of issue when it comes to data in research, especially with young researchers, because I would like to give an
I think there is a problem.
Hmm.
We wait. There is he lost the connection, I think. So we move to Bright. Please open your mic, please. If not, we move for just for the last question for today. We have Sylvia. Yeah, please. Sylvan, can you open your mic, please? We have also many other questions, so we can see, we can move to Shidebele. So
Okay. Hello.
hello, please go ahead.
Yes,
Good
this is
morning.
Chidebele. Yes, I've been trying to write on the Q&A, and thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Peggy. Thank you, Professor Korbaa. In fact, one day I would like to be like you, where I can do the extensive research as well. I'm a PhD student currently working on bioenergy. I've been trying to characterize biomass, identify biomass, which in Nigeria and Africa, we don't have a database for something like that, and we want to play in the space of climate change. So I've been characterizing a lot of biomass and bringing them together. But the challenge I have usually is funding and then access to good labs where I can do extensive characterization. That's one. I also look forward for transfer programs where I can also get opportunity to interact with the rest of the world. That has also proven difficult. In one of the sessions of the EURAXESS that I attended before, there was something like that, but I tried to follow up, but didn't get any feedback. So I would like to know how AAS will help people like us to have transfer programs and to access labs and funding, for our researches. Thank you. I'm also the center leader for climate change at the university. So I'm also looking forward to getting masters and PhD students to do research in a lot of areas and assist me in the research as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. And you said you are a lecturer in the university with PhD students.
PhD student, African University of Science and Technology.
Okay, PhD student, yeah. There are great opportunities for you. And again, I'll entreat you to go online. There are various programs, but the program that I presented are for PhD students. They're already PhD and will want to enhance their research. And these PhD grantees are also looking for MSc students to mentor and PhD students to supervise. So go online and, a way of connecting, we call it connecting minds. So a way of connecting with these, grantees to do that. At the same time, a way of connecting with fellows and affiliates to do that. But I hear you. There's a great, I would say, test for this kind of opportunity and to support. And I hope that we'll be able to get, my colleagues EU are here. You can see that there's a whole lot of potential for doing this. So I'd like to see, getting more funding to be able to do this, because as I said, AAS is a continental academy and it represents everybody. And also a great link with the African Union and EU as a bridge between them. So it will hold us well if we can, extend some of these programs to other people. But I have a question, my colleague, Professor. I noticed with great interest, and this is also in comparison with the Africa, with the science report, which I led to finalize, the Science Report 2021, UNESCO Science Report. And please go and have a look at that. There's quite a lot of data. But what I find is that the issue of Francophone countries, I didn't see many of the ranking for the Francophone countries. I mean, most of the Francophone countries I saw were in North Africa, but south of the Sahara, I did not see any African Francophone countries, even Lusophone countries. I saw Mozambique, but not the others. Is there a reason for this? I know what the answer is, but I want, reiteration of what I think the issues are. Prof.
Good.
The issue with the rankings is that first of all, they depend on your will to be ranked. So the QS and the Times Higher Education, they wait until you enter your data to rank you. So if you don't ask to be ranked, you are not ranked. So a lot of universities do not ask, just not to be at the end of the ranking. They are afraid of the result. This is a real first problem. The second problem is that they have a minimum number of size of staff, student, and mainly production of papers, research papers. They need to let you in. Since this year, I did not note the number, but this year Times Higher Education added the status of reporter. These are what Times Higher Education calls interesting, promising universities that do not have the minimum number of production, but they are very promising to be ranked. And you can find in this status a lot of African universities. So these are two first reasons. The last one is it's also a policy, a state policy. Several countries want to be visible in international rankings. They make efforts to do. For example, in Tunisia last year, we made a lot of seminars with a very good friend of mine, Professor Handafqi, to show universities how to collect data, how to enter correct data, how to be well ranked. If you don't make these efforts, a lot of universities are not able to collect data. You need a lot of efforts to collect data, and they won't be inside. So you have structural reasons not to be ranked, but you have also political, if I may say, reasons not to be ranked. As you saw in my presentation, myself, I'm head of an office in the university called Performance and Ranking, because we want to be ranked, we want to be visible, but performance is because that we believe that ranking is not an objective in itself. We need to be ranked to have indicators, to see each year what we did compared to last year. it's cool to be first in Tunisia or eighth in Africa in QS, for example. But what we need more is to see what we had as score in each indicator, and to see what kind of decision we can make in the level of the top management of the university and the university council and so on. So it's more complicated than just language or geographical belonging. As you saw, for example, Egypt and South Africa are not francophone, but they're doing a great job in rankings. It's also a government decision policy to be visible, to show how good the universities are. I hope I answered the question.
Okay. Okay. I think. Sorry for the time, because the time is short. Please feel free to submit your questions by email, and to enter in contact with Dr. Peggy and Professor Ouajdi. Okay, this is okay now. So, as already said, you will receive certificate of participation in this webinar soon. The recording will be available on the EURAXESS Africa website, as well as the slides. Please register in EURAXESS Africa website. Stay tuned to. We will organize many events, online events and physical events next year, with collaboration with African Academy of Sciences, with collaboration with many organizations in Africa. I want to thank Professor Ouajdi for the great presentation, and also Dr. Peggy for your nice presentation today. Thank you to all participants, and I hope we will have the opportunity to meet another in another events we will organize with EURAXESS Africa. So that is okay, and you can say bye now.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the
Yeah.
commitment.
Thank you.
And for the
Bye.
organization.
Looking
Bye.
forward to the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.